Good afternoon. Two British holidaymakers have been arrested on suspicion of raping a teenage tourist from the UK at their rented Costa del Sol villa. Friends of the 19-year-old victim raised the alarm after finding her unconscious in a bathroom at the property in Marbella. The alleged sex attack is said to have occurred in the early hours of Sunday morning after a group of young female British holidaymakers met the men in a nightclub and agreed to go back to the villa they had rented for their holidays to continue partying. The women found their friend naked and unconscious in the bathroom at around 1:30 a.m. on Sunday, according to local reports. She was taken to Marbella's Costa del Sol hospital, where she underwent a sexual assault forensic examination. One of the suspects, described locally as a 23-year-old UK national, was held at the scene of the alleged attack. Another, a 27-year-old male, who was also British, was reportedly held hours later at a Marbella nightclub. The ongoing probe is being dealt with by the National Police, who are expected to make their first official comment later today. Spanish inflation dipped below the European Central Bank's 2% target this month, so preliminary data showed today, boosting the case for more interest rate cuts in the Eurozone. Consumer price rises slowed to 1.9% on an annual basis, down from 2.2% back in April, so the INE said. The drop reinforces a trend of slowing inflation in Spain and the rest of the Eurozone in recent months. Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez welcomed the figures, writing on social media that his government is delivering. International travel spending in Europe is expected to rise by 11% to $838 billion this year, with France and Spain among the countries set to receive record numbers of tourists. That according to a report by the World Travel and Tourism Council. The forecast may be influenced in part by some tourists avoiding the United States, as the WTTC expects foreign visitor spending in the US to decline by about 7% this year. The organisation, which represents the travel industry's private sector, estimated tourists would spend 6% or €113.2 billion more in Spain this year than last, with between 98 and 100 million visitors, topping last year's record of 94 million. A bird flu is evolving faster than expected and could soon infect humans, so warns the Spanish virologist Elisa Perez Ramirez. In an interview yesterday, she outlined the alarming spread of H5N1 now infecting cattle in the US and urges immediate global vigilance. What worries scientists most is the virus's increasing ability to spread between mammals. In Argentina, 97% of elephant seals in one area died. The virus has now infected dairy cows in the United States, a host never before associated with bird flu. Although no human-to-human transmission has been recorded, there have been 70 confirmed cases in the United States, mostly among farm workers exposed to infected birds or cattle. 4 required hospitalisation and 1 died. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.